All right, everyone. Welcome in to a unique episode tonight. There has been so much drama between this whole Lamar Jackson thing. There were some more reports today coming out that apparently Lamar Jackson is ready to move on from these Baltimore Ravens. And quite frankly, myself and a lot of other reporters, other fans. You can log into Ravens Twitter and just see just chaos right now. So we're gonna take a little break from all that trash, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk some mock draft. All right. So I wanted to give an opportunity for all the subscribers on here to ask questions, to pitch in for some mock draft talk, and just kind of provide a safe space from all this exhausting Lamar Jackson stuff, right? We keep hearing new reports every day, and no one really knows until we know. Shout out to Junior Lawson and J Papa Boy. He said, yo, what's up? Appreciate you guys for being here. Let's roll into some mock draft, baby. All right. So we're going to use the PFF mock draft simulator. There's other simulators, but I really like how PFF has really stepped up their game with this. There's even a slider on here. You can choose between the public board versus PFF's board. We know that there's different boards, right? We had a crazy report, right? Did you guys see you know what? Let me show you guys real quick. We're already taking a little detour from the plan, but that's all right, man. We're just going to roll with it. And let's look at Daniel Jeremiah. No, I'm sorry. We're going to look at Chris Sims. Did you guys see his quarterback ratings on here? Look at this. We got CJ Stroud, number one. Okay, not a huge surprise. A lot of guys like CJ Stroud as their number one quarterback. I don't see it. I like CJ Stroud. I don't think he's the best quarterback. We got Bryce Young in the tier 2 with Hendon Hooker. And I'm also starting to see some mock drafts with Hendon Hooker going in the first round. Ripsky66 says, can Lamar pass a physical to sign a contract? Anybody know it counts, any reporting? As far as I'm tracking, Lamar Jackson is fully healthy and would be able to pass a physical right now. That's more of my speculation and opinion than it is facts, though. We got Anthony Richardson in tier 3, and then check this out: Dorian Thompson-Robinson and Will Levis. I started to watch some Dorian Thompson-Robinson. First, I turned on the highlight reels, and I was like, man, this is crazy. Then I was like, I got to start looking at some real film, because Dorian Thompson-Robinson reminds me like his elusivity and his wiggle. He has some Lamar Jackson in his game, but he actually has a really high completion percentage coming out of college as a good quarterback. As far as accuracy, ball placement, and all that stuff, wasn't like a major concern coming out of college like people were asking about Lamar Jackson. So keep your eye on Dorian Thompson-Robinson, possibly sneaking into the first, second round type of range. Appreciate everyone being in the chat. We got Brandon DeShields. Love this one. I've been trading down like crazy with comp picks now. So we're gonna get crazy with it tonight, man. We're gonna do some trading down. Might do some trading up. Jake Herner's my dark horse late. Is Max Duggan for quarterback? He's a mobile guy as well for TCU. All right, here we go. Let's roll. But I just wanted to show you guys Chris Sims' quarterback rankings. I thought it was very unique. Had Hendon Hooker in this tier 2. I like Hendon Hooker. I really do. He just was in a unique offense in Tennessee. All right, so here we go. We're going to go 4 rounds. Let's go ahead and start with these Baltimore Ravens. We're going to go about middle as far as our advanced settings. We're going to go about halfway between the public and the PFF board. Like we said, there's a major difference. And then we're going to go everything else default. All right, here we go. Stetson Bennett to the Ravens, Robert says. It makes sense with Todd Monkey, man. All right, let's start the draft. Just a small guy, really small guy, and he's older too. I think he's 25 years old coming out of college. It's kind of crazy. But, hey, I mean, the Ravens have drafted guys like that before. Hayden Hurst was a 25-year-old guy coming out of college. All right, so here we are on the clock. All right, if this is the way the board looks whenever the Ravens on the clock, man, I'd be excited about that. J Papa Boy says you got to do more lives. I'm going to try to, man. I'm going to try to for sure. All right, here we go. I want some collaboration in the chat. Who do you guys like here? We got Deonte Banks. We got Brian Bresee. We don't really need an interior defensive line. We're looking good. Justin Matabike, Broderick Washington, Brent Urban's back on contract, Michael Pierce. We got Nolan Smith, the explosive edge rusher out of Georgia, absolutely broke the combine. Some tackle help. We're good on tackle for now. Morgan Moses and Ronnie Stanley, we know, are under contract. Here's what I like. Zay Flowers on the board at number 24. If we are getting our QB in the first round, I like Levis, Junior Lawson says. I like Levis as well. And there are some guys, like, here's what's crazy. We're going to get to the pick, but like I said, man, I'm going to chop it up with you guys and just try to interact. And this will be a safe space from all the crazy Lamar Jackson drama. And let's just look at the draft and just chop it up and talk some Ravens football, man. That's what this channel's all about. It's called For the Flock, and that's what we're here for. It's for the flock, the fan base. So what's crazy is, right, you would think that the top four quarterbacks and Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, C.J. Stroud, and Bryce Young are the only first-round type of guys. That if anyone else is there on the clock at number 22, that the Ravens aren't probably in that market, right? That's what you would think originally. But as I'm seeing some more mock drafts, like I said, I just saw Hendon Hooker mocked in the first round. We talked about this guy right here on Chris Sims, tier 4. He actually has him above Will Levis, Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Really electric, mobile guy, decent arm strength. Does remind me of some Lamar Jackson, but really accurate coming out of college. Could the Ravens, could they take our quarterback at number 22? I mean, like, maybe. Especially, like, if this thing drags on with Lamar and the Ravens don't reach a long-term extension, they could still let him play on the tag this year, draft a guy, let him develop, and then roll with the young guy next year. It's very much in the cards for these Ravens. But let's go back to the guys. We're on the clock here. All right? On the clock. Let's see what we got. Quarterback, we got Tanner McKee, Hendon Hooker. Wide receiver, we got Zay Flowers, Josh Downs. Let's get rid of our quarterback filter. We got Nathaniel Dell. Tank Dell, man, he is so explosive. Really good route runner as well. Not type of, quite a first-round type of guy, in my opinion. We got Josh Downs. Definitely Zay. He's a better wideout still available. Mike McDonald for sure. Run that card in. Suggs replacement. Will McDonald is explosive edge rusher. And that's the other thing that it could be interesting. Like, if you look at proven rushers on the Ravens roster, you have Tyus Bowser. That's it, right? Odafe Owe is largely unproven. Like, there's a lot of meat left on that bone. David Ajabo, as much as I love him, as much as I think he's going to be a big hit, still very much unknown, right? So who's your known edge rushers right now? Could you be looking at your division and say, man, the Bengals just got Orlando Brown and are shoring up that offensive line. I need some heat on them. I need some pass rush. Same thing with, getting pressure on Deshaun Watson. Could you be looking at edge? Maybe, but there's definitely bigger needs. The thing is, though, is the Ravens don't necessarily draft for needs. They draft for best player available most of the time. That's why we ended up with Kyle Hamilton last year at pick number 14. Nobody saw that coming. I think there was a couple guys that had mentioned it, but, like, largely very, very surprising. Zay is short, but his space separation is needed for us. Nolan Smith, Brian Bresee, or Zay Flowers. All right, so I'm seeing a lot of Zay. I'm seeing a lot of Zay Flowers. And if I was the Ravens in this situation, I would 100% pull the trigger on Zay Flowers as well, because whoever's the quarterback, Lamar Jackson or not, you need more weapons. Zay Flowers, I've seen Antonio Brown comps. I've seen some other comps of guys that are really like Steve Smith Sr., smaller frame, but serious downfield speed and run after catch ability. Let's go ahead and look one more time at these wide receivers. Jalen Hyatt's a guy I've seen in the first round a lot. PFF is not as high on him, but we're gonna go ahead and punch this in right here. Zay Flowers is a Baltimore Raven at pick number 22, baby. Here we go. Robert says we took a Jabo last year, not another edge. I hear you, man, but Justin Houston and JPP are free agents. Tyus Bowser, he's proven, but you need more help, right? Jack says, what website using? We're using the PFF one right now. We can switch it up and look at some other ones to kind of see how their boards are set up. But Cam Newton is available if we get a wide receiver. Let me just tell you straight up, man. There's a report that came up. That Cam Newton said there's no way that 32 mother fill in the blank are better than me. He said there's no way there's 32 better quarterbacks in the NFL when it comes to playing again. He's 32 years old. However, man, I think there's a lot more than 32 players better than Cam Newton. I really do. I loved Cam Newton in his prime, but I think that ship has, came and gone. And I think there's a lot more talent in the league right now that would be better options. All right. Excuse me. Here we go. We're on the clock again. At pick number 86, man. Not having a second-round pick really sucks. But then I tell myself, Roquan Smith was our second-round pick, and I'm like, and that's the same thing Eric DeCosta said. That fires me up because Roquan Smith is a freaking monster, and he's going to be probably next to Patrick Queen. All right. Junior Lawson says, agreed, LOL, no Newton. I do another site just to see if we land with the same pick options. Yes, we're going to try another site after this mock draft. Here we go. Who do y'all like here with our third-round pick? It'd be the second pick for the Ravens at number 86 here. Cornerback is a low-key need. Marlon Humphrey's under contract. Marcus Peters is not. So who's your starter opposite Marlon Humphrey? I think you bring in a guy to battle here with another veteran or Jalen Armour Davis, Pepe Williams. Some edge. We could go edge here. Roquan Smith is definitely not worth having that second, 100%. Lamar will end up like Cam in 5 years, Robert says. Well, I hope not, man. I hope not. We'll see, though. All right, so here we go. Who do we like? We got the cornerback out of TCU, Tre'Vius Hodges-Tomlinson. Big body wide receiver out of Stanford. Really did well at the Senior Bowl. We got halfback Dwayne Bride. Top 5 running back in this draft. Dorian Williams, linebacker. Tanks Bigsby, halfback out of Auburn. Let's see edge options for us here just to kind of look. So edge, we got McGuire, Henry, Mike Morris, Byron Young. Cornerback, we got – let's see here. Cornerback, we got Jalen Jones, Jacorian Bennett. I really like DJ Turner out of Michigan, man. More of a slot guy, but really blew up the combine with his speed. Think he has a little bit of – do you guys remember that the scrappiness that Tavon Young played with? Like a bulldog, pit bull mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of small, but plays with that bulldog mentality. Real scrappy, willing in the run game even as a smaller guy. That reminds me a little bit of DJ Turner. I don't know why, but he does. We still got Kyle Fuller. No. Kyle Fuller's a free agent as well, man. So we need cornerback help bad. Jacorian Bennett, man, would be my pick here, or DJ Turner. Jacorian Bennett ran under, I think it was sub 4.3 at the combine. Cornerback out of Maryland. The Ravens are going to know this prospect very well, but extremely high athletic floor that if you can groom some of those tools, and don't get me wrong, he still had good coverage grades. Was not bad as a cover corner. Jacorian Bennett here. I would run on the clock for Jacorian. Let me know what you guys think. Replace Ben Powers. I'm in on offense this year. I hear what you're saying. Let's look at some options for the guard position. Let's look. Because right now, your starting left guard is either going to be Ben Cleveland or who else would be in the mix, right? Tristan Colon Castillo was already signed, so he's not going to be in the mix there. So really you're looking at Ben Cleveland. Who am I forgetting about at the guard position? All right, interior O-line. Let's see who we got. We got Andrew Voorhees. I like him out of USC. Jarrett Patterson out of Notre Dame. I'm familiar with that name as well. Bring in Rockison. I like that. All right, here's what we're gonna do. I don't like any of these names. The positional value isn't there right now. 134th best ranked player versus at corner. I'm rolling with Jacorian Bennett right here. Add some local Maryland help to help shore up that secondary. I like that pick right there. Let me know what you guys think. All right, cornerback Riley Moss, dude's a baller, needs to be a Raven. I didn't see Riley Moss on there. All right, here we go. 4th round. We're on the clock again. This is our last pick of this draft so far. For the guys that are just joining with our first pick, we got Zay Flowers. With our second pick, that was Jacorian Bennett, right? That was our second pick. Here we go. 3rd pick, last pick of our draft. We can go Dwayne McBride here. He really fell. Deuce Vaughn. Have you guys seen some Deuce Vaughn highlights or tape? He's a real small running back, but explosive and runs with aggression. I like Deuce Vaughn. However, the Ravens just brought back Justice Hill. J.K. Dobbins, man, I hope J.K. Dobbins comes out and balls out next year, and I hope Todd Monken lets the man eat. I hope he gives him 20 carries a game, gets him involved in the passing game. But I mean, the reality is that J.K. Dobbins is a free agent next year, man. He only has 1 year left on his contract, man. Where is the time going? Time is flying. Felt like we just drafted J.K. in the 2nd round. And by the way, that was the pick that we used. We shipped off, I think it was Hayden Hurst to the Falcons for a 2nd round pick, and then we picked up J.K. Dobbins with that pick. Yes, we really only have 3 picks in the first 4 rounds. Yes. We're only doing a 4-round mock draft here. So who do you guys like here in the 4th? Let's look. We got Edge, Yasir Abdullah, Colby Wooden. We could go back to the wide receiver double dip. Jalen Marino, Cropper. Trey Palmer is getting some low-key hype. Bryce Ford Wheaton is blew up the combine as far as his athletic metrics. Jack says Deuce Vaughn could be nasty. Hill looked good last year. Don't draft the running back. All right. Here we go, baby. Let's go ahead and go to West Virginia. And let's grab Bryce Ford Wheaton. If you guys haven't seen some of his highlights, look at his highlights. Look at what he did at the combine. Has a very high ceiling as far as his athletic potential. And in the 4th round, double dip at wide receiver. Hope that it works out, right? I mean, for a 4th round pick, you take the upside player sometimes. All right. So it's going to show us all of our players here. Then we're going to check out a difference mock draft website just to kind of see the difference of players that are going to be there. So no PFF. I don't want your. All right. So I don't ever pay attention to PFF's mocks grades because it's dependent on where they have guys on their board. So we got Zay Flowers in the 1st round at pick number 22. Jacorian Bennett at pick number 86. And then Bryce Ford Wheaton at pick number 124. Let's do one more on this rapid fire. We're going to go a little bit faster, and then I want to show you what it could look like if we possibly trade back. All right, so we're going to go Ravens. Let's go 3 rounds this time. All right, let's go. All right, Ravens on the clock. There's some guys on here that I like. I mean, I like Jordan Addison as well. Local guy as well. But here we go. We're going to trade back. Let's trade back. Let's go to, let's say, the Eagles. They like a guy here at number 30. Let's see what we can get in return, just to see if we can get some more draft capital. What do you think the odds are of us drafting a cornerback first round? Very high. I think that it's either going to be wide receiver or cornerback first round. I would be willing to put a lot of money on that, but I'm not a betting guy. But I would say that it's probably going to be a wide receiver or cornerback, and the Ravens could also throw us a curveball and draft a quarterback, depending on what they think is going to happen with Lamar. All right, so we're going to offer pick number 22. Let's see if we can get 94 and 30. So they accepted that trade. So we moved back 8 spots and then picked up another third-round pick. Let's resume. All right, so who do we have on the clock here? We got Will McDonald, the pass rusher. Josh Downs, wide receiver. I like Josh Downs, man. Emmanuel Forbes, big, powerful guard. I would be tempted to pull the trigger. I love offensive line play. If you guys don't know that by now, like, I buy offensive lineman jerseys. I bought Tyler Linderbaum's jersey. Not a lot of guys do that, but I love dirty, tough-nosed physical football, like trench play. And you see that, like, the Eagles just got to a Super Bowl by elite trench play. It matters. Controlling the line of scrimmage matters. Thanks for the great content. Always look forward to your premieres. Appreciate you, Jacob. Appreciate all the support, man. Do you think the Ravens would be interested in the quarterback out of Tennessee if Lamar leaves? Yes, I do. 100% Hendon Hooker. A little bit of an older prospect, but like we were just talking about, Chris Sims actually has him as his third best quarterback right here, Hendon Hooker. And I saw a recent mock draft where he was mocked to the Vikings at pick number 23, I believe, going in the first round, which kind of threw me off, but it could happen. I like Dorian Thompson-Robinson as well. I just started to look at him, but has some Lamar Jackson in him for sure with his elusivity. All right, so we got some offensive linemen here we could take to really beef up that offensive line and replace our left guard. So you know what? Man, I can't turn down wide receiver here. Wide receiver is such a big need for us. I like Jalen Hyatt. Let's go. Jalen Hyatt, monster speed guy. Take the top off the defense. Just to kind of show you guys that you could get a Josh Downs or a Jalen Hyatt at that pick, at pick number 30 if you want to trade back. We picked up another third-round pick. Here we go. Let's roll with – is there any offensive linemen we like here? No. Cornerback. We took Ja'Cory Bennett in the last one. Let's go ahead and roll with Tre'Vius Hodges-Tomlinson out of TCU. He's the 59th ranked player. We're getting him at value here for 86. All right, let's see who we can pick up with our another third-round pick that we just got. Double dip at wide receiver, Michael Wilson, big body guy with some speed out of Stanford. Blew up the Senior Bowl. What do you guys think? Let's roll. Double dip for wide receiver again. All right, let's go to a different, just to show you guys what this looks like real quick. Here we go. We got Jalen Hyatt after we traded back to pick number 30. We got Tre'Vius Hodges-Tomlinson and Michael Wilson. That was just a 3-round mock, so we'd have another pick there in the 4th round if we did a 4-round. All right, now let's go ahead. Mock draft simulator. Which ones do you guys like? We got Pro Football Network. I like this one. All right, let's go 4 rounds. Let's go normal speed. Baltimore Ravens. Let's roll. All right, here we go. Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Will Anderson, Anthony Richardson, Miles Murphy, Christian Gonzalez, Paris Johnson. Jalen Carter, man. I don't know if he's going to go this early with all the off-field stuff. Devon Witherspoon, Quentin Johnson. Man, I love Quentin Johnson. I know guys are saying that Quentin Johnson isn't a full prospect, like a complete wide receiver, but the value that you get with his downfield speed and the value that he get with just simply his run after catch ability is phenomenal. So the Giants are offering us a trade here. Pick number 89, next year's first, next year's second, and next year's third. No, thank you. Reject. I would consider this one, but for the mock draft that we're doing, we're not going to do it. If someone was offering me a first-round pick and pick number 33, I'd consider this one as well, trading back to 29, picking up another third-round pick. Let's see who's on the board. All right, Bijan Robinson. Could you imagine if the Ravens drafted a running back in the first round? Bijan Robinson, man. All right. Let's check out the chat here. Double dip, Keith said. Yeah, man. We got to double dip at wide receiver, man. We got to right the wrongs on this wide receiver stuff. Man, get this ad out of here. All right, Isaiah Foskey, edge rusher out of Notre Dame. We got Lucas Van Ness, edge rusher out of Iowa. Keely Ringo, man, I love me some Keely Ringo, cornerback out of Georgia. Clark Phillips, Jahmyr Gibbs. See, on PFF's board, they had Jalen Hyatt at the 77th overall guy. On this one, Jalen Hyatt's number 29. Let's look at all of our wide receiver options. Jalen Hyatt, Josh Downs, Zay Flowers. Yeah. I think I would be putting the card in for Zay Flowers. Where did Jordan Addison go? How high did he go? Pick number 9 to the Bears. That's really high for Addison. Quentin Johnson went 11, and Jigba went 12. See, they have Hendon Hooker as the 60th best prospect. It would be fun to see Bijan Robinson and Lamar Jackson in the same backfield. I will say so, but we can't draft a first-round running back. All right, so who do you guys like here? So we got Hyatt, we got Flowers. I like Darnell Washington, but man, we have so many tight ends. Antoine Harrison, Torrance. This is why there's not a guy that I necessarily am drooling over right now. I like Zay Flowers a lot, but in this circumstance, the Ravens could definitely trade back. We're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on Flowers. It's a need, and he's an electric playmaker. I like Flowers a lot. All right, so we can't go defense in the first. Flowers, 3 wide receivers ain't going before 20. No way. I don't think so either. I think the wide receiver class is pretty mid this year. I don't think it's but the positional value is so high. Teams want wide receivers. They understand the value of it to pay them. So teams are trying to draft them. That's why they usually go earlier than anticipated. Trade back for a second. Trade back. Yeah, I probably would have in this circumstance if I was the Ravens, if my phone was ringing. All right. So, see the guys coming off the board here. Keep your eye on Jay. But, as far as, shoring up your team to have a deep roster, you got to get younger in the second. Got to get younger in the secondary and offer a guy, pair up a guy next to Marlon Humphrey, and you got to get more weapons for Lamar Jackson or whoever the quarterback is. Eli Ricks out of Alabama is a corner here that I like. We know the Ravens value their Alabama dudes. DJ Turner, man, this is the guy I was talking about. Look, ran a 4.28 40-yard dash, 6.29 3 cones, 6 foot, 180 pounds, long corner. I like him. I like DJ Turner. I'd probably pull the trigger on DJ Turner or Eli Ricks here. I'm not going another wide receiver quite yet because we grabbed one in the first round. What about Jackson Smith, Ohio State, man? He was already gone. Let's see how early Jackson Smith and Jigba went. He went at pick number 12 to the Texans by the time, well before we were on the clock. All right, we're going to roll with DJ Turner. So far with our first 2 picks, we picked up wide receiver Zay Flowers and cornerback DJ Turner. I would be very happy if I was the Ravens so far with how this turned out. I don't know if Zay Flowers gets to 22. We'll see. All right, so here we go. Ravens going to be on the clock here soon. What do you guys think about running back? Do you think the Ravens, like, apparently this is a super deep running back class. I think Daniel Jeremiah said that there was like 10 or 15 starting caliber running backs that can be an RB1 in this year's draft. I would definitely trade back here. Yeah, they're offering me 141 and 144 to come up about 20 picks, and they're taking my 5th round. Yeah, I'm accepting that. So, what do you guys think about running back? Do you think it's a need? Because Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins are going to be free agents next year. Or are you just going to address that next year? All right, so we got Zay Flowers, DJ Turner. Let's go to another simulator. Baltimore. Let's go 4-round mock. Let's go fast. Enter draft room. Here we go. We have 3 trade offers. So Saints are offering us 40, 165. No. On this offer, the Panthers are offering us pick number 39 in the 2nd and pick number 93. Yeah. Send it. Let's see what it looks like. This is what a trade back would look like if we traded back into the 2nd round. We're going to reject these other trade offers. All right, so here we are in the 2nd round, and here's the players, the caliber of players that we have left here. Jahmyr Gibbs, Darnell Washington, Drew Sanders, Trenton Simpson, Josh Downs. I like Josh Downs here for sure. Wide receivers in need. I like him. I don't love him. He's more of a slot type of guy. Yeah, I'm pulling the trigger on Josh Downs. This is what it would look like if we traded back some of the guys that would be available. And then in this case, we're going to be on the clock here at 86, 93, and 124. If Tyler Scott, no, reject that. Inside offensive lineman, you got Joe Tippmann. Let's go to cornerback. DJ Turner, like we said, I like him. Darius Rush, I really like him as well. And Garrett Williams. Let's go ahead and pull the trigger on DJ Turner. So getting a wide receiver, getting a cornerback, and then we're on the clock again at pick number 93. And what do you think we should do? Double dip. Let's do it. Double dip, baby. Rashee Rice, big body guy. Compliment Josh Downs, compliment Rashad Bateman. Let's pull the trigger. So we double dip wide receiver. We got a cornerback already. Let's see. Let's check out edge. Get some more edge depth. I like McGuire out of Missouri. Defensive line, cornerback. Quarterback we got Jaron Hall, Jake Hayner. I think someone in the chat earlier said they liked Hayner. There's Max Duggan all the way down here. Malik Cunningham out of Louisville. They're suggesting we take Tank Bigsby here. Or Tajay. Did you guys see Tajay Spears at the Reese Bowl? Was balling out of his mind. Kenny McIntosh would make sense here, having Todd Monken as his coordinator last year, and with the pass catching ability, makes sense. But it's not the biggest need. All right, let's pull the trigger on Byron Young, get some edge depth. All right, so this is what it would look like if we traded back into the 2nd round. We get a wide receiver, Josh Downs. We get a cornerback to help the secondary with DJ Turner, Rashee Rice at wide receiver, and then edge Byron Young. So, yeah, man. I think I'm going to wrap up the stream tonight, man. I appreciate you guys for coming out. I just wanted to come hang out for a little bit, not have to talk about Lamar Jackson. And, man, I could make a video every single day on another report from Lamar Jackson, but it gets to a point where it's like exhausting. Like I can feel the energy when I'm making the video and then posting the video and getting the reaction of just like the fan base just being done. Like, bro, can we sign him or trade him? Like, that's all I want. Like, either or, as long as something happens, right? So that's where we're at right now. But unfortunately, I think the Ravens are in a spot where they got to be patient. They got to see if another team offers Lamar, and then they have to match it. Or if Lamar realizes he ain't going to get what he wanted and then ends up, signing the contract that the Ravens originally offered. But couldn't do it. Couldn't do another report on this whole Lamar Jackson is ready to move on from the Ravens report. Yeah, man. So appreciate you guys for coming out. John B says, thank you, bro. I'm exhausted day in and day out with LJ. I feel you on that, brother. Appreciate your hard work, man. I watch your content every day. Appreciate you, Mike True Karate, man. It's guys like you, like, for real, I appreciate that. Like, guys like you is what keeps me going, keeps me, like, I get off work, spend time with the kids, and then put the kids to bed, spend some time with my wife, and then it's, like, grind time. Come out to the garage, this is where my setup is, and we make content for you guys. I try to make high-quality content, try to consolidate as much information as possible from all different types of sources and then bring it to you guys. So you don't have to, like, scour all over different platforms to find Ravens content. I just try to bring it to you right here in a consolidated format. So I appreciate all the love and support you guys are giving me, man, for sure. Thanks for all the new subscribers. If you guys haven't already subscribed, make sure you do. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Hit the like button if you enjoyed tonight's live stream. And for sure, send me in the comments down below. After the live stream is over, you can put it in the comments. Like, what's your ideal mock draft? Like, your ideal draft results for, like, the first 4 rounds for these Baltimore Ravens. All right, guys. Appreciate you all for watching. We'll see you in the next one.